People say, hey, Cap, how come you don't walk Rick the Puppy like down the shore or even in Manayunk? You know, how come you don't do that? Because it's this. The entire car ride. Here we are, the boulevard, hun. Rick the Puppy, you ready to go for a walk? Before we go for a walk, we gotta pay homage. Homage to Superman, the Superman of beer. Who remembers those TV commercials? Back in the 90s, this guy here, who doesn't own the store anymore, it was a six-pack store. You got 6 packs to go. Pennsylvania has weird liquor laws, so they have to sell the beer and the hard liquor separate. Now places are starting to sell wine. Beer places are starting to sell wine, and they're starting to sell hard liquor outside of liquor stores. It's a whole thing. Anyway, Superman the beer, tip of the cap. Great commercials from back in the day. We're on the boulevard, hun. We're walking Rick the Puppy. Oh, Rick the Puppy, don't back into that guy's car. He'll kill you. Over here is National Wholesale Liquidators. Not too long ago, used to be a Kmart. I've made several videos at this Kmart. Many battles, Rick the Puppy. There was one time I was here, and the Kmart closed, and they had the big K, and I was taking a picture of it, and there was a homeless encampment of guys like where the shopping carts are, but I was trying to take a picture of the sign. So I went to go take a picture of the sign, and they started yelling at me. And I was like, yeah, I'm not trying. Oh, I hate... Why is that legal? Yeah, we got into a little tiff. And then that was my one battle. Then I had several battles with the angry security guard here. He's no longer here. There was again, I was taking big pictures of the Kmart building because, it's not, you notice it doesn't say Kmart anymore, and the world changes, and it's kind of what I do. So I went to go take pictures of the building, and the security guard just came up to me, like, on level 10. He didn't even say, excuse me, sir, could you please stop doing, like, not even, it doesn't start at that. It was like, what are you doing? Hilarious. And then he was like, you can't do that. And I was like, I'm already done, cuz. You can't tell me what I can't do. I already did it. But anyway, that's the Kmart. We're going for a walk. And I'm kind of curious about what's going on at the Roosevelt Mall. I'm going to go walk by the Roosevelt Mall and see what's going on at the site of the plane crash that happened, what was that, 3 weeks ago? This is Roosevelt Boulevard. This might be the busiest street, like the actual street where people cross in the city. Photo in force, cuz you get more, the city makes more money off of tickets on this street. They first started with red light cameras. So some red lights, if you burn through them, you'll get a ticket, right? I got hit with them once. One time I made the mistake, never again. And then they put in speed cameras on the boulevard. I don't think we should be policed by cameras. I just don't see George Washington going, you know what, guys? Yeah, let's do that. So what I do is I try to avoid the boulevard. Not that I speed. I don't even speed. I always worry about running a red light like, you know, because I don't know, there's an ambulance behind me, and the only thing that will work if I have to run the red light. And I swear to God, I don't I don't know if I would run a red light with a traffic camera. No, I would do it. I would just pay it. It's nice to be nice sometimes. That's what I say now whenever I think about being a dickhead. Like, so I'm going to save 35. Oh, I don't know how much a red light ticket is. Somebody know how much a red light ticket is? Because if you do, and it's above $40, yeah, that person's dying in the ambulance. That's why it's nice to be nice sometimes. Not all the times. You gotta sit. No, that's not sitting. Sit. We're gonna go. There's no red light cameras for pedestrians. There it is. Roosevelt and Cotman. We got the sun setting when, it might be my favorite day of the year. Temperatures are above 50. Even right now. I almost busted out the flip-flops. Right here is Assad's Chicken. Gas, $3.06. Right here. I used to work at this gas station. Now, this is Assad's Hot Chicken. The Roosevelt Mall is currently going through some renovations. The Macy's. So the plane crashed January 31st. And up until I was here 2 weeks ago, and there were ambulances and fire trucks, and then there was a lot of like RVs. There were a lot of like RVs and like trailers where I think like the FBI, ATF, there was all types of leather people with, you know, people wearing jackets with different letters. Definitely FBI, ATF, and who else was here? A Philly police. There was a whole bunch of people involved. And now the only thing that remains is this generator from the city and this big truck, which has the back open. It looks like this is where you would go into there, but it's nothing now. Looks like the pavement is still closed where the plane crashed. I saw some crazy videos from this Dunkin' Donuts where the plane crashed, and it just seemed like everything was on fire in front of the Dunkin' Donuts. And Cotman Avenue is usually 2 lanes, and they have 1 lane closed off so people can walk on the street here. Although there isn't a barrier here, which could probably get somebody hurt. So the plane crashed, and everything, the plane crashed right where that police tape is, and everything kind of went in this direction. That building went on fire. Those 2 houses. There's 2 more houses. Another house. Actually, all the way down to the mattress firm, all those blocks all had buildings on fire. Debris went all the way back across the boulevard into the diner. There it is, the hole. I think the crash happened right in this area. And there's new pavement, new asphalt in the driveway. It's pretty incredible that the city can rebound that fast after having a plane crash in the middle of a mall. Fire department did a really good job. Matter of fact, this could actually be open. People could drive, or maybe, does that asphalt look wet? It looks like people could drive on this right now. The rest of the pavement, just got to get this dumpster out of the way and things will be back to normal. Yeah, the Roosevelt Mall is an outdoor strip mall. They have a Macy's. You have Sprout Supermarket, Bath and Body Works. There's a lot of pretty big stores in here. It's a pretty successful strip mall. There's PC and Richardson Son. When the plane crashed, the closest you were able to get to the crash site is the PC Richardson Son's parking lot. Yeah, so this is the Roadside Memorial. These are the people who passed away in the plane crash. And there was an artist, I think he came from Virginia or maybe New Mexico, and he built this big display across the street, and they made them move it. Now they have these. This is even bigger than last time. They have these large crucifixes, and there's candles. There's the co-pilot and the captain. Yeah, across the street, outside the PC Richardson Son, they had these 3 food trucks. And when they first were moved here, when they first started noticing these food trucks, I was like, why do we have 3 of them so close? But there's always somebody ordering food at one of them. Like, have you had any of them? Like, how do you pick which one to go to? I listen to a news radio station in Philadelphia once in a while. I don't do it every day. When I do have them on, I don't really hear anybody mentioning the plane crash or the world just moves. Well, I guess that's true for every news story. It's just kind of, I've never experienced a plane crash. You know, I never seen one or the effects of one in person before. The traffic was horrible on Bustleton Ave for a few weeks, and now it looks like it's back to normal. Boy, Rick the Puppy, people are afraid of you when they see you. All right. This street was completely closed off to traffic. The different law enforcement agencies had to go through this entire area, the front lawns, on the roofs, and they were just looking for debris of the plane crash, anything they could find. Was the weather the problem? It was a really bad night when that plane took off. Foggy, rainy, and it was pretty bad out. Oh, look at this. This is going to be one of those big lawns. We're going to have one of those magnificent gardens coming up real soon. This is St. Vincent Street. Everybody who lived on these blocks, I believe most of them were evacuated to a school near here when the residents were finally allowed to come back to their houses. There was police. There were like every entrance to the block. Like if you want to go down this driveway, there was a barrier, a cop car, and probably 3 or 4 cops just sitting there, and nobody could get through unless they had ID. Yeah, the night of the plane crash, I got to go down, I think this is Calvert Street. I got to go about halfway down the block, and I got some footage of some of the houses burning. I'm sure they're going to have to demo a few houses on each block where the fire happened. Yeah, the night of the plane crash, I got to go halfway down this street. There was 2 houses down the street that caught fire. And you see how all the houses, and not all the houses in Philly are row homes. I would say the majority of the houses are row homes. Depends on what section of Philly you're in. But these can go up rather easily, and it could just spread. So the fact that there was jet fuel on fire and it didn't do as much damage, it didn't do that much damage if you think about it. Oh, there's a bunny rabbit, Rick the puppy. Don't you dare. Rick the puppy. Yeah, cuz, go ahead, I know. You only get 23 seconds to cross, cuz. Come on, Rick the puppy. We better run for our lives. Oh, I don't. Come on. This is terrifying, Rick the puppy. Stop pulling. Rick the puppy. We were here for 45 minutes waiting for that light. It felt like a Florida red light. You ever see red lights in Florida? Ain't nothing worse. Here we are, back to the old battleground, which used to be called Kmart. And there's also a roller skating rink in this shopping plaza. I can't believe this is an actual sentence, I'm going to say. My good friend Bob Kelly. He got his start at this roller skating rink, from what I hear. And yeah, he started as I think a DJ at this roller skating rink. It wasn't called Rolling Thunder back when Bob was here. It was called something else. That was called Kmart. There it is, my good friend Bob Kelly, Rick the puppy. What do you think? Hey, I do cameos, and if you want Rick the puppy in your cameo, all you gotta do is say, hey, put Rick the puppy in the cameo, and I'll do that for you, cuz. And don't forget to check out my merch at Hog Island Press, and sign up for my Patreon. Early previews, bonus videos, and postcards if you give me $5 or $10 a month. Go Birds.